those guys can play down low. London was able to match in game 3.
And the game begins. Tip goes the Lightning way. Starters from game 3 as well. Garrett Williamson, Mo Bolden, Kirk Williams Jr., Doug Herring Jr., and Julian Boyd on the floor. As Boyd, mismatch there against Cliff Clinkscales. He just goes up. Herring Jr. with control of the ball. He goes down low to Boyd again. Billy White firmly defending him, but Boyd goes up and over him as well, and Julian Boyd making an impact. No good. Big chase there, big collision between Boyd and Bolden. Williamson with the finish off the glass though, and the Lightning off to a 6-0 start. And he'll take a shot from the top of the key, no good. Mo Bolden with the rebound. Bolden rushing the net to Boyd. Boyd off the glass with the finish. That's Mason, he's gonna drive to the net. He'll kick to Watson, Clinkscales up at the top of the arc. Watson, little floater, and they finally find their first basket. Williamson kicks in the corner to Williams Jr. with the 3, and Williams Jr. continues his hot shooting from three-point land. Clinkscales looking for an inbounds. Watson controls it. There's Brown down underneath. No good, but Billy White cleaning up the rebound there. Huge dunk there. Cross court to Mason. Mason no good. Williamson with control of the rebound. He's pushing the pace. Boyd with the big one-handed slam. What a finish there by
White, and Boyd been the most effective both points and on the boards.
That's Cliff Clinkscales making his way. He'll take a step back jumper, little fair bounce off the rim and the glass and in.
He can get that bucket.
Herring Jr. kicks out to Boyd, cross court to Bolden. He takes another 3, and Mo Bolden's second attempt finds its way. Yep. Cruising in for the rebound there. Clinkscales kicks to White. White, nice little move from Billy White there.
I like that from Billy White.
A little bit of a speed mismatch there with Bolden, and that's Billy White wide open under the net, and that ball movement is getting the Hurricane shooters their shot. Sang the anthem with his wife, though. Yes, very beautiful rendition of O Canada. That's Clinkscales kicking to Watson with the jumper, and Watson gets the jumper from almost behind the net. Trying to make a move. Kicks cross court to Herring Jr. 2 seconds on the clock. Herring Jr. needs to get it off. Beautiful individual effort there from Herring Jr. to drive around. He'll take a shot from the top of the key. No good. Watson, big effort down court.
Oh, wow. Great play by Watson there.
Leaves it for Friesen Laddie. Kicks to Boyd, alone under the net. Billy White giving him trouble, though. Boyd, great individual effort off the glass. Just muscling White. Mason. Cross court to Poole. Poole trying to get around Kyle Johnson. He goes to the net untouched. Herring Jr. Unfortunate. Mason with a great pass. Billy White just couldn't quite finish that. Kyle Johnson, quick 3. No good. Marcus Capers, though. Beautiful tip. Big reach out there. Herring Jr. to Kyle Johnson, who drives to that. Big block by Ramel Brown, folks. He does it again. Billy White kicks to Mason. Mason with the little floater off the glass. Friesen Laddie trying to get rid of Mason.
Nice
Mason
steal.
with a great steal. Kicks over to Poole. Poole the easy lay-in, and the Hurricanes have put a dent in this Lightning lead. Down. Brown to Mason. Mason over to Poole. Poole's gonna drive. He'll jump up, throw the floater. And we've got a 2-point game here, down under 15 seconds. Williamson can't find a player. Kyle Johnson, though, tough under the rim. Gets it around Dixon. Great ball movement here by the Hurricanes as they try and get past this Lightning offense. Watson, great pass from Poole there. And this passing game, good. Boyd fighting for that rebound. Kyle Johnson quickly to Zimmerman. Zimmerman for 3. It wasn't the most pretty shot, but it works.
The Hurricanes battle all the way back, now in the driver's seat.
3-point lead,
beautiful.
Just under 10. A great move there. Zimmerman thinks 3, kicks out to Poole. Sorry, that's Dixon. Dixon will step in, top of the key, and he'll drain a 2.
think he's cutting in. That's why he's most effective.
Dixon with the step around jumper, no good. That's Williamson who's going to drive down court on Zimmerman.
Look at that.
Zimmerman lets Williamson get it.
James Harden would be proud.
Tie game here, 8.5 remaining, 33-33. Zimmerman with the quick jumper, and Zimmerman nails it. Stuck in the corner, but he kicks to Boyd. Boyd for three, no good. Bo Bolden, though, matched up under the net under clink scales, and we've talked about. That's Poole with the rebound. Poole drives around the screen of Brown, quick jumper, and that's a great shot from Poole, sorry. Poole pass from the Lightning. Clinkscales is gonna drive, and Clinkscales gets a great look, does it himself. Herring Jr. kicks to Williams Jr., down low to Williamson. Williamson kicks out to Mo Bolden for three, and Mo Bolden, the big three ball there.
The guy we should add Mo Bolden, 10 points already on 3 of 4 shooting in this game. Keep going to him. Mouse in the
Mo
house.
Bolden, he's gonna drive over top of Clinkscales. Billy White's gonna pick up the foul on the finish there. Clinkscales with control of the ball, top of the arc. Lots of movement there from the Hurricanes. Mason trying to drive. He'll get the jumper off the glass.
Ooh,
beautiful
tough
shot by Mason. Once again, lots of movement from this Lightning offense. Kicks over to Boyd, top of the arc to Bolden, and he is hot from three-point land.
He is hot.
Couple thousand referees say, Billy White's gonna drive. Herring Jr., Kirk Williams Jr. tries to give him a hand.
Huge answer bucket from Billy White.
Bolden there on that offensive possession, he would not give him an inch.
Yeah, Bolden starting to come alive offensively. Put Ramel Brown in, shut that down.
Mason with a great move under the basket, the reverse. Clinkscales takes a three of his own. Big answer there from the Hurricanes. Clinkscales doing it himself.
Bucket there.
50-50, just over a minute remaining here in the second quarter. Williamson leaves it for Bolden. Bolden says, why not? And Bolden.
Why not?
Clinkscales over to Reefer. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Mason, he'll take a three from the top of the arc.
Ooh.
Mason with a big three.
And Mason's been really quiet.
For Boyd, 8 seconds on the clock. Williamson needs to make a move. He's gonna drive. Williamson all the way to the net, and Williamson with a big finish, and that'll run out. Holding on to the ball for the Lightning. Over to Bolden. Bolden takes another three, because why not? And oh my goodness, everywhere but the end, but then Boyd's there to clean it up. No good. Boyd, really just not a very wise pass there from Julian Boyd. Might have been better just holding on to that ball. And that's Poole coming in to clean up a little jumper. And you know, Julian Boyd, as we said, he's managed some monster rebounds so far, averaging 14 in the series per game. Bolden kicks to a driving Williamson as he finishes. But in game 3,
cleaned up by both teams, so no one really making those mental mistakes that we saw in game 3.
Mason kicks outside to Poole. Poole's gonna drive towards the net, little floater off the glass goes.
And that's everything that they
wide open down low and just missed him. Herring Jr. is going to try and do it himself, leaves it out for Julian Boyd, thinks three, but he's going to drive baseline. Big two-handed slam from Julian Boyd.
Brown, 18 points in game 2, 16 points in game 3, and a donut so far in game 4.
Williamson down low to Bolden with the big two-handed slam, and the Lightning have found. Outside to Poole, Poole in the corner to Mason, and he finishes that three-point play. Mason trying with. The refs don't buy it. Herring Jr. trying to back up Mike Poole. He's going in towards the net. Doug Herring Jr. doing it himself. Mason around the screen of Brown. Outside to Clinkscales. He's got an open three attempt. Cliff Clinkscales, big three.
The stare down for Kyle Johnson.
Great read there by Julian Boyd to pick off the pass.
Someone's got to call their own number there. That was almost frantic.
Kyle Johnson alone in the corner, tons of time, and Kyle Johnson with an answer three. With control, kicks over to Reefer. That's Brown on Boyd. Mason with the catch and release three, and a great move there from Antoine Mason. Kicks it to Kyle Johnson. Johnson's going to drive for one of his own. Can't get that off the glass. Herring Jr., one chance, two chances. Herring Jr. finishes.
Change now, but that's where I would have looked to Brown. Not so much now with Bolden.
Brown looking to back down Mo Bolden. He uses that body, he gets in, and he finishes. Great move by Ramel Brown to get his first points of the game.
Tough defense, but boy did Ramel Brown need that excellent effort.
Kyle Johnson in the corner, kicks out to Boyd. Boyd takes the three. Huge three from Julian Boyd. Pretty big mismatch there. Tyrone Watson on Joel Friesen-Laddie. Watson just dragging him to the net. And he's going to go to the line for the and one. That's trying to make a move through Kyle Johnson. He goes up and over. Big block by Garrett Williamson, but Dixon controls the ball. Reefer kicks to Zimmerman for three. And Zimmerman with a big answer there. Huge again, Friesen-Laddie on his matchup. And a big effort there from Marcus Capers. Mo Bolden's going to go up with two hands. And the big slam from Mo Bolden. About a 5-second difference, shot clock, game clock. Williamson under the net for Bolden. Bolden, unfortunately, kind of loses awareness. Marcus Capers, a big two-handed slam. Holding possession, Brendan Jamieson along with Chris and Tom Croucher. The Lightning with an 11-point advantage, 88-77, as Mason takes a three ball to cut into that lead.
Big, that
possession arrow was in the Lightning favor. Friesen-Laddie with a quick jumper, doesn't go, does hit the rim though, so no shot clock. Mason screaming down the floor, and Antoine Mason making a big difference early on in this fourth quarter.
And now he's getting it.
Williamson over to Friesen-Laddie. Friesen-Laddie for three, and he answers right back. Thinking he has a matchup there on Capers. Watson underneath the net, can't finish, but Brown, he's going to go. No, big block by Capers, and Brown finally gets his.
Huge.
Great job cutting, getting to the line, classic. But
I thought Brown did an excellent job too.
Capers with the pickoff pass. Capers going up and gets in off the glass. Sorry to interrupt there, guys.
No worries.
Barely White with the turnover. Watson kicks out to Mason. Mason big three, and Mason control of the ball though. Brown with the pickup. The Hurricanes with a big opportunity here as Billy White drives. He kicks low to, and Billy White, just like that, 5-point lead for the Lightning. Zimmerman over to Billy White. Hurricanes getting that ball movement back. Mason with a quick three. And Antoine Mason. Huge. Kirk Williams Jr. takes a three. No good. Herring Jr. trying to run down the ball, but that's, guess who? Antoine Mason driving.
Why
and
not?
Off the glass, and
Why
Antoine
not?
Mason rebound, but just a little too much, goes out of bounds.
Julian Boyd in his first finals after the injury last year, you know he wants to be here.
Antoine Mason throws up.
Oh,
and
man.
Antoine Mason, he cannot miss. Right. Kicks out to Bolden. Bolden driving. Big block there from Poole. Kirk Williams Jr. goes in and gets one off the glass. And the Lightning need a mismatch here. Julian Boyd on the quicker Mason. He kicks out to Williamson. Williamson leaves it for Bolden. Bolden's going to go in, gets the little floater over Watson, and the Lightning jump back out to a lead three, but doesn't do it. He's going to drive the lane, though. Kicks it to Watson. Zimmerman in the corner, open shot.
Gotta follow him.
Zimmerman.
Gotta follow him.
Great
as soon as he did shoot threes. There it is.
Scales finds Mason. Mason thought three. No, he kicks out to Zimmerman, top of the arc. What a make by Zimmerman. So, Boyd setting up screen. Williamson almost loses the handle, though. He's got to make a decision here. Williamson cutting. No good. Mason with the ball. He's going to throw it up. And no good, right of the rim. And this game's going to travel to overtime, folks. The Hurricanes, good. Kyle Johnson with the big effort on the rebound, though. They'll reset. Bolden trying to drive past Brown. He'll take a jumper as well, and Bolden,
big
great jumper from him to get the overtime. Down low to Watson. Watson's going to back Kirk Williams Jr. up. He backs him right up. Watson with a mammoth move there.
I don't think anyone's going to blame him for that miss, though.
No. Mo Bolden cutting in, takes another jumper, and Mo Bolden has found his sweet spot.
You can't give him that mid-range. If London gets this bucket, changes the outlook. Can't
do
that.
What a play by Mason. He's going to drive to the rim, leaves it for Watson. Watson puts it home.
That's not the bucket I meant.
Hurricanes heard ya. Kirk Williams Jr. with the ball. Clinkscale's all over him. He's going to batch him right up. And an easy bucket there for Williams Jr.
Someone's got to help.
Moving methodically here. Williamson trying to make a move past Brown. Floater goes in for Williamson. Great move by Garrett Williamson using his. Blake Scales to down low to Watson, kicks to Brown. Brown shoving Bolden back, getting him off him. Almost unfortunate, very fortunate that Zimmerman had his back turned to the ball. Kyle Johnson jumper from the elbow. Julian Boyd though, flexed it on him. For Marcus, and that's nothing serious as the Hurricanes inbounds here. Mason's gonna try and quickly, and he loses control of it, and that's gonna seal the game for the Lightning as Williamson goes to the rim and finishes with a flush. And maybe a little one for Marcus there as Dixon inbounds to Mason to finish the game. So the London Lightning, despite coughing up the lead late in the fourth quarter, seal it in overtime with a 122-114 victory. And they tie this series up at 2 apiece. They've guaranteed that it will go back to